For many situations in life or in business, it is best to first start by defining your goals. What do you want to achieve? Only if you are clear about the goals, or your goal in particular, then you can judge if you are on the right track of achieving this goal. If it's unclear what you want to do, where you want to go, then how can you judge if you are on the right path? So let's start with defining customer service objectives. How can we do this? Well, let's first realize that for almost all situations in logistics, the purpose of logistics management is to provide customers with the level of service that they require at minimum cost. That means the approach is first we define some level of service that we want to create for our customer, and then we try to approach this level of service in a way that our resources we use to achieve this level of service are minimal. This also implies we do not provide a higher level of service. This is not what we want. We want to exactly achieve this level of service. And we want to reach this situation by using as little resources as possible. How can we make this idea workable? One way to do this is to think about the perfect order. What is the perfect order? Well, the perfect order satisfies 100% of our customer needs. We know in reality usually this order does not exist, but it is a good goal that we can aim to achieve and to work towards forward to achieving this goal. So how can we measure this goal? Well, we can try to measure the percentage of occasions on which the customer's requirements are met in full. So we can do this for an individual customer, or we can group our customers and define these criteria for a group of customers. Looking at an individual customer can make sense if we have only a few customers that are quite important for us. For example, if we sell something to the government. In a retail environment where you're dealing with hundreds of customers every week, every month, this might not be the best way forward. It could happen that we can implement something like this by using a lot of technology, but usually in a retail environment, dealing with a group of customers might be a good idea. Let's take the airport as an example. Though, what could be useful groups of customers for an airport? Well, one of the main customers of the airports are the airlines. The airlines pay for their travelers, for handling the baggage of the travelers, for handling the check-in, and so on. So one group of customers for the airport could be the airlines. Another group could be business travelers. Business travelers, they have a lot of experience with traveling. They like everything that everything happens quite fast. They don't want to lose a lot of time for check-in. They want to have access to business lounges. They need some Wi-Fi setup to work on their emails, etc. Though this group of customers definitely has different requirements than the airlines. And maybe a third group of customers could be the occasional travelers, the tourists. Those travelers, they do not travel very often. They have little experience with traveling. Maybe these are the guys that are very early at the airport. They are afraid that something goes wrong with their documents, with the security check, and they rely on a very transparent process. You need to always reassure them that everything is correct and fine, and they are on time, and so on and so on. So this might be a third group of of customers, and each of these group of customers has different service objectives for the airport. Let's switch back to a retail e-commerce environment and look at one example. This is abbreviated by OTIFEF, data, and these are customer transactions, customer orders during the last 12 months. So the company is looking at all the orders that it fulfilled during the last 12 months, and we have 3 criteria how we measure the service quality of these orders. So first, the company looks at the on-time delivery of these orders. 90% of these orders were on time. The second criteria is, did we complete these orders in full? Meaning, if a customer ordered, for example, 5 different items, did we deliver all 5 items in a single delivery, or were we not able to deliver all the 5 items and we only had 3 on stock and delivered only 3? So 80% of the orders were delivered exactly as the customer ordered them. Error-free means we delivered exactly what the customer wanted. We had the right invoicing address. We delivered the right items. So what is the difference to delivery in full? If we make an error, we, for example, deliver the wrong item to the customer unintentionally. We think we delivered the right item, but actually we made a mistake and provided the customer with the wrong item. So this would be an error. In full, meaning we don't have the item in stock, we know that, and therefore we cannot deliver the required items. This is something else than making an error. And if we use these 3 criteria, 90%, 80% and 70%, over all our orders during the last 12 months, and we multiply these percentages, then we can see that only 50.4% of our orders were matching the perfect order. So only half of our orders actually achieved a perfect execution. So you see, even these numbers look more promising. You see, because we have to multiply these numbers, how difficult it can become to achieve the perfect order.